like if you found the video valuable. They said the old Verma house had been empty for nearly 20 years. Families came and went, tenants tried to settle, but nobody stayed longer than a few weeks. The reason was always the same, the lights. Every night, without fail, every bulb in the house glowed. Soft at first, then brighter, as if someone had flicked them on all at once. The electricity company swore the supply had been cut off years ago. Still, the glow persisted, spilling through the curtains and windows, calling out to the quiet street. Aarav had never believed in such stories. A rational man, he prided himself on finding logical explanations for ghost tales. When his cousin dared him to spend a night in the Verma house, Aarav didn't hesitate. "I'll prove it's just faulty wiring," he laughed, carrying a torch and his phone. The house greeted him with silence, but it wasn't abandoned. The air felt lived in, faint traces of cooking spices and perfume lingering, though the furniture was covered in sheets. He set his bag down in the drawing room. The switchboard had been ripped from the wall, no wires, no circuits. Yet, as the clock struck 9, every single light flickered on. The house glowed like a stage. Aarav's torch became pointless. He walked cautiously, inspecting each room. The bulbs were warm to the touch, humming faintly, though no electricity flowed through them. He should have been unsettled, but curiosity drove him deeper. On the second floor, he found a locked door at the end of the corridor. A faint humming came from inside, like the low buzz of a generator. The key was missing, but the door handle was cold, almost frozen. He made a note to check it later. At midnight, the atmosphere shifted. The air grew heavy, pressing against his chest. He sat in the drawing room, trying to shake off the unease, when he heard it, footsteps above him. Slow, deliberate, pacing back and forth. Heart racing, Aarav climbed the stairs. The locked door at the corridor's end was now wide open. Inside was a study, dusty shelves, broken frames, and a desk with an old lamp already glowing. On the desk lay a diary. He picked it up. The entries were neat at first, detailing ordinary life. But toward the end, the writing grew erratic. "The lights guide them back, they can't leave me in the dark, if they go out, I'll be alone forever." The last page was dated the night the Verma family had died in a sudden fire. Aarav's throat went dry. He looked up at the glowing bulbs. They weren't illuminating the house, they were keeping something alive. The air grew colder. Behind him, the door shut with a slam. The bulbs flickered violently, shadows stretching unnaturally across the walls. A whisper rose around him, layered voices echoing, "Don't turn them off." Aarav's phone buzzed in his pocket. His cousin had texted, "You okay?" The whole street just blacked out. "Only that house of yours is lit." The message blurred in his vision as the lamp beside him burned brighter than ever. He felt eyes on him from every corner of the room. And then the power died. Not just in the room, not just in the house, but in his body. His torch fell, his phone clattered, and his last thought before darkness swallowed him was the echo of the diary's final words. "If they go out, I'll be alone forever." The next morning, the Verma house still stood, glowing brightly. But this time, if anyone looked closely, they swore they could see a new shadow at the upstairs window, pacing back and forth, waiting for the lights to dim again.